Hi, this is Thrillhouse, and I'm doing a video review of N+, currently available for 800 points on Xbox Live Arcade. Now, the original N was a PC Flash game. It was available completely free online, and this new N+, it's a revamped version with much more content, a couple online modes thrown in, and a new $10 price tag. N+ is a very simple bare-bones platformer. There's no real story to it, no real fluff. Your only objective here is to get the little ninja from point A to point B, and you'll occasionally have to hit a couple switches to open the exit. There's some minor puzzle aspects to it, but for the most part you're just jumping from platform to platform, wall to wall, dodging different mines, lasers, missiles, and other traps as you navigate the levels. N+ is divided into episodes, and then each episode is divided into 5 levels. There's over 40 single-player episodes, so you're looking at well over 200 individual levels. Some levels will take you 5 to 10 seconds, while others may take you over 30 minutes. Not because these levels or the maze is hard, but because you will die a whole lot. This game is hard, sometimes mercilessly. You'll need timing, fast reflexes, and you'll need a whole lot of patience. In fact, the game has one secret achievement, and it's earned by dying 1,000 times. This is probably one of the first achievements you'll get. Not only are you avoiding mines, jumping from wall to wall, avoiding different enemies, but you're also running against time. The way N+ works is that you have a set amount of time to complete each episode. Each episode begins with this set amount of time, and it's indicated by a yellow bar on screen, and this bar slowly depletes. Now, this amount of time has to last you all 5 levels. Throughout each level you'll find gold squares. Collect these squares to refill the bar, which increases the amount of time you have. These squares will often be next to traps or enemies, so it's very risk-reward. The amount of time remaining upon completing an episode is then recorded and uploaded to the Xbox Live leaderboards, and this gives you an incentive to complete each episode as fast as possible. N+ looks and feels like a Flash game. You could call it stylized, but in this case it's just a nice way of calling it very simple and bland. Your character is really nothing more than a stick figure, and each level uses the exact same blocks. And since there's so many levels, eventually they'll all run together. Nothing really stands out. This game does have some very nice Ragdoll physics. When you hit a mine, your character will explode and his little limbs will fly in different directions, and when he gets electrocuted, his body will fly and bounce around. My personal favorite is when he jumps and lands with a splat, his body he'll slightly bounce and curl up. It's a good thing that death has a comedic value because you will die a lot. Now, the music is good, but when you're retrying a level for the 70th time and you've spent 30 minutes listening to the same track over and over, you may find yourself reaching for the mute button. When you get tired of playing alone through one of the many single-player levels, you can always jump into one of the many online modes. There's race mode, survival, or co-op. In race mode, you and 3 others play through a series of levels, seeing who's the first to reach the exit. Now, this is a lot of fun. Survival mode, though, not so much. In survival mode, the enemy's time, and you're trying to collect as much gold, which is thrown about the levels before the others do. It turns into a scramble to mad dash to collect the gold, and you're also avoiding enemies. And when every time you die or hit an enemy, you're detected a certain amount of time. Not as much fun as race mode. Or what you can do is join up to 3 friends and tackle some of the many online episodes, the co-op episodes. Now, these co-op episodes are not just rehashed single-player levels, but all new ones, and they take advantage of the fact that you're working together with friends. The level design is very smart. Some levels will have you start in different locations, and you'll have to coordinate together to hit different switches. Some levels will require one person to distract a missile turret, which lets the other navigate through the level without being bothered. While these levels are incredibly hard and frustrating, they're a ton of fun. And finally, if you manage to complete every single level in the game and you want more, or you happen to have an idea for custom level, you can jump into the level editor. Here you can create full episodes or custom races, different survival modes, or even co-op maps. It's easy to use and lets you play around with the different shapes and enemies. It's a nice addition, but sadly you can't trade your custom levels with friends or even download user-created levels. What you can do is send an invite and host with your custom level, but you can't swap these. It's really a shame, but I'm going to put the blame on the console's infrastructure and not the game's developers. N+ is not at all Flash or complex, and this may turn people away. It does one thing and one thing only. It's basically a platformer. It doesn't help matters that you can essentially get the single-player mode for free online. But if you're patient, you like the formula, or you want to play one of the many online modes, then you'll have a lot of fun with N+. It's super simple and basic, but it does make up for it with a ton of content. As always, try the demo, give it a shot, or if you're still not sure, download the free Flash version N online. There's definitely a lot of fun to be had right here if you're patient and you don't mind dying.